Kai Havertz has now surpassed his total number of goals from last season in 21 shorter games, scoring 15 goals in 33 games for Arsenal this season before his injury. He's Arsenal's top scorer in all competitions, but while he sits at the top of the leaderboard for the club, many have wondered if he's the man to lead the line for the Arsenal for the future. Whose shocking misses against Man United and overall performances raised eyebrows of many fans. As the January window rolls shut and the summer window is on the horizon, Arsenal fans are now desperate to win more than ever, especially as the Mikel Arteta era comes under massive scrutiny. With names such as Gyökeres, Isak and Sesko all heavily linked, the future of Arsenal's highest earner hangs in the balance going into the biggest summer in years. But yes, people, welcome back to another episode on Gunners Street. I have all Arsenal content here on this channel, so if you like anything Arsenal related, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and join the family. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and help me on that goal. Thank you. Let's get straight into the video. And so, what do you think about that first half, though, even though it was a tricky start?
Yeah, I mean, it was.
Responsible for around 20% of Arsenal's league goals, Kai Havertz has managed to score critical goals for the Arsenal across the last 2 seasons, more so in last season's running. Last season he provided 15 goals and assists in 13 Premier League games to end 23-24. However, the previous 25 games of that season saw Havertz only manage 5 goal contributions and struggling to find his feet in a new squad. Many fans have questioned the price tag of 65 million and him being our highest earner, ahead of the likes of Bukayo Saka, Gabriel and William Saliba. This season Havertz will finish as the club's leading scorer for all competitions, unless something changes in the last week, despite being out since February with a hamstring injury, one that originally the German forward to miss the entire back half of the season. Since the end of last season, Havertz has thrived personally in that role as a number 9, tying his personal goal contribution record in the 23-24 season. Even though he's thrived in that position, that's primarily where Arsenal need to strengthen the most. Arsenal only scored 66 league goals in this season compared to 91 in the season prior, explained by how dire the situation in attack has become. The club have failed to add difference makers in key positions in attack for multiple transfer windows on end, leading us to rely heavily on Mikel Merino and Kai Havertz in our biggest moments across 2 seasons, 2 midfielders who have turned attackers when needed. However, in my opinion, the dilemma for Havertz is one Arsenal fans should keep a keen eye on. The arrival of Andrea Berta has led to Arsenal stepping up as big buyers in the market, seemingly securing the signing of Zubimendi, along with making serious inquiries on players such as Gyökeres, Sesko, Nico Williams, and even Rodrigo from Real Madrid, who has emerged as a promising market opportunity that the club have their sights set on. The issues come when you start to look at the other areas Berta has been proactive in, and that's securing the future of Arsenal. Saka is set to sign a new deal worth about £300,000 per week to match his status as the club's best player, and so will William Saliba. Not to mention Jesus, Rice, Odegaard and Partey, who are all looked to set to be here at the club next season, who are all above 200k a week. While Havertz sits on 205k a week according to reports, that would be a hefty fee for a player who is likely going to turn into a squad player as the years progress. And is that sustainable, and is that something the club can afford? He will undoubtedly have minutes next season to prove himself in the striker role, and I think as an option off the bench, he can be useful, especially accounting for injuries and potential moving on from players like Leandro Trossard, who has been rumoured to leave the club. Performances from Havertz in the midfield for Arsenal haven't really been as memorable or fruitful as the ones in attack, shown by Havertz tying the goal-scoring record of 7 consecutive home games with the goal to start the season. Ultimately, the question is, what is his new role next season, and will it be as a backup 9 or will he return to midfield? The mystery of Kai Havertz is one I'm intrigued to see play out for the 25-26 season, and it's probably one of the most important ones in a very long time for Arsenal, and the most important one for one of Arsenal's most polarizing players. But you let me know in the comment section down below what you think of this situation. Can Kai Havertz long term stay in this squad? I think unless, to be honest, he turns into a very significant midfield player, or he turns into a very significant forward player, or he significantly comes down off his wage, then it won't be long before we're going to have to look at Kai Havertz as surplus to requirements at the club. Because Neri, who's coming through, going to be in the forward line. When you also look at players in the midfield who's going to be coming through, such as Max Dahlmann, as well as Miles Lewis-Skelly, who can ultimately go into that role, and especially if you look to add to more 10s in the squad, because people have been arguing this season if Odegaard is really the 10 you want moving forward. And even if that, you still have to make room for other players in the squad as let the squad develop. terms of more 8s, more 6s, more forward players as a striker. Especially if you sign a Gyökeres in a few years, 5 years, you're going to need another striker. And then is Havertz going to be that guy? Is Havertz still going to provide value for the club? So I think in these next couple of years, and this situation is something, especially next season, that we should keep an eye on about Kai Havertz. Can he continue to perform in this squad? Because he's going to turn into more than likely a squad player. But let me know in the comment section down below what you think. Am I making a big deal of this, or is it not as big as we think? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so every like and every subscribe helps. And yeah, thank you for your time, people. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and catch you in the next one. Peace.